Surprise!
We're always like, who's going to go?
Yeah, who's the first?
You be first, Adam.
That's what we're trying to do. Adam, come on.
Well, ladies first, but okay, tonight, time for a change.
Yep.
So, welcome on in, everybody who might be watching at this precise moment.
Hi, Sean.
Tonight we have our friend Miss Pam Harris on tonight, the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's exciting.
You're welcome. Well, what can I say about Miss Pam Harris? That super, super nice person. And that next time we're up in Michigan.
Yeah.
Next time we're up in Michigan, we're going to be driving a monster truck.
Oh, we are, yeah. Absolutely.
Video or it didn't happen.
I mean, because that one road, it just seemed like the whole road was covered in potholes the size of the Grand Canyon.
I mean, the whole place is just nothing but potholes. And
so
I didn't know if my car was going to make it through the day. You know?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah. I never seen anything like it.
I'm glad my hotel was just down the road from the building.
The potholes.
Yeah. And what was the name of that? Was that Eloise Asylum?
Yes. That was that time. I keep calling it the Eloise Asylum.
It's
Eloise. Eloise. Yes.
Eloise.
Well, that place that me and Miss Pam here investigated with the Ghost Sisters last year and a few others.
Yeah.
So
Sean Austin was there. Epic Eric was there. What is now Ghosting Grannies, because Kate and her partner have started their own team.
Nice.
So Ghosting Grannies was there, and Epic Eric. Oh, Kayla Stennis. Kayla was there.
Yeah, that's right.
So there was quite a few people there, but it was a big place.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I think was it yesterday was the 1 year anniversary, because that memories on Facebook popped up yesterday, as a matter of fact.
It was 1 year yesterday. Yeah, that was just awesome, because what great memories, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you meet great people, good friends, you know. It was a really good time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. I do want to go back up there, so eventually.
I would love to go back there. I really would. But instead, this year, we are going to, now I forget the name of it.
I was just thinking about.
Now I got to look, because now I forget what the name of it is. I always forget what it is. I want to say Asher Wisher House. I don't know if that's correct or not. Let me see if I can find it.
Asher.
It's in Atlanta, Indiana.
Interesting.
And I have not been there, but we're going there this year.
What is it, like a mansion, or is it a?
Yeah, it's a mansion. And it's all furnished. Let me find my note here, and I'll tell you what year.
House?
Yeah, I'm looking to see my notes so I can tell you when it was built. Asher Walton House. I'm sorry. It's the Asher Walton House in Atlanta, Indiana. And it was built in 1885.
Wow.
I think.
1868.
1868. 1885 was something else. So anyway, we're going there in September on Friday the 13th.
Oh,
perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This place looks cool.
And I was given orders that I have to kidnap Maddie and bring her along.
Absolutely. Now, keep in mind, I think Maddie went on vacation with her sister, so she had to have gotten on a plane.
Shit. Talking about right now?
No, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
They went to Florida. I think they were in Florida.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So
didn't they go on a cruise or no?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her. Did they go on a cruise?
Yes, they were on a cruise for a little while. Yeah.
So before she said, I've never been on a plane, so she was, kind of worried about going. Well, now I know she's been on a plane, so she can't be that worried now.
That box has been checked.
Exactly. Exactly. So Adam and Maddie are coming, and Sean and Leslie are coming from Illinois. And so it'll be an overnight in Atlanta, Indiana. And then we'll come back here to my house. We'll make the next day, we'll have homemade pizza, and then maybe we'll go to the graveyard here. So
excellent.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Me too.
It'll be so much fun to, have them come again, but it'll be fun to go somewhere that we have not been before.
Yes.
And so, so it'll be fun. I don't have a team or anything like that, but I like going. You know?
For sure.
So
we're going to have to bring you on down to Texas eventually. And
I would love to do that.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to join us and any of our little festivities that we got down here.
Yeah, I would love to come to Texas and do that.
Sure.
Yeah, he does need to gym.
I'll be talking to you later, Sean.
He's going to give you instructions.
Yeah. So how did you get interested in the paranormal?
Well, I've always been interested in it. I've always watched all the shows like everybody else. Honestly, I wasn't too much about the internet or Facebook or anything like that. I never really done anything on there. And I just started watching a couple teams. And I was watching Mandy on Ghost Sisters, and she happened to have an event where 10 people could buy a ticket to go investigate. So me and my niece went, and it was the first time I'd ever been on an investigation, and I got to meet Mandy and a few other people. And so that was my first time going, and I went to Joliet Prison in Illinois, Illinois. And it was an awesome time. I think we were there till like 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And so it wasn't.
What was that like?
It was the wildest thing, especially of investigating, it was emotional. I didn't realize that there was so much, emotion attached to it. But it was emotional. It was frustrating, and it was a lot of work, because until you're actually there to see what it takes to go live, what kind of work it takes, setting up cameras, you got these 10 people you don't know, and you're trying to, give everybody a partner so they're not by themselves, and it's a lot of work. And so right away, the respect was there for everybody that does it. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, hooked, line and sinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty addictive.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And even if you don't get anything, it's just, interesting, to be able to do something different, learn how other people do things. Just all those aspects of seeing how people do things differently, how they approach things. Like Epic Eric in Michigan last year was the first time I've ever met him, but I've watched him online. And he uses a Polaroid camera for pictures. And he got some awesome pictures. And, a lot of people don't do the Polaroid, but I think it's interesting. And that's one thing I would like to try is the Polaroid camera.
Me too.
Yeah.
I have some in my Amazon wish list.
Yeah, me too.
But they're like over $100. I'm like, goodness gracious.
I know.
I wish I kept my
That's so
grandma's.
expensive.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I wish I kept my grandma's. You take
Yeah,
it when it comes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, golly, but I think those are better to use than your cell phones, because your cell phones, there's a lot of light,
Right.
fracting and all that stuff. So I think
Yeah.
a Polaroid would be your best bet with trying to get something.
Yeah. And the other thing is you got to remember that the Polaroid still has a flash. So that can cause.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true too.
But, if you have, good lighting, the flash wouldn't go off. But Eric was using them in the dark. And it was amazing that you did not see, like he could take a picture inside of, he has his own mirror that he uses for scrying. And he would bring that and he could take a picture in that and there was no reflection of that flash. So it just depends on the angle. I mean, all those things, come into a play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to do something different, that would be the thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does end up coming out to be almost $2 a picture.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
that.
Crazy.
You got to do it sparingly,
If I knew
because-
Polaroids were a big hit, I would have kept.
Yeah. Well, you didn't know what you
I know.
don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Well, all things do come back around,
Yeah.
I know.
like
I've
the
been
bell
noticing that.
bottoms.
Yeah. The 90s are coming back.
Yeah.
Even the 70s.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I see a lot of that stuff coming.
Was it his mirror that there was something on there?
Yeah.
I believe, right? Like
Yeah,
in the
it
very
was-
deep one in the middle.
Yeah, it was his mirror.
No, but I was like, wasn't there? If I remember right, I think there was like something like you could only see like a certain way.
Right, but
On the
it was in
board?
his mirror.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
If it was a certain way that you looked at it at a certain angle, there was something in his mirror, and I don't.
That's weird.
And he's a big tech guy, so he knows a lot of stuff when it comes to that. But I don't know if they ever figured it out or not.
That's interesting. I want to look at his mirror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to send him send him a message and get him on your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is very interesting.
That's one thing that's nice about the collaborating with
Yeah,
other paranormal investigators, especially when they
Networking.
have expertise in a certain field, like the technical side of it, and you're able to like share information with those people just to get like a sanity check. Like, what are you seeing? Is it
Exactly.
something with the lighting, the film, the whatever,
yeah,
that's throwing it off, or did I actually catch something?
yeah. Now, last October, I think it was, I went to Ohio and investigated with Mandy, and we went to an asylum there, and I captured a crazy, awesome picture. And when you take pictures, you should always take 3 or 4 pictures in the same spot.
Yeah.
And me and another person were both taking pictures. His pictures didn't have anything in them, but mine had picked something in every one.
Wow.
And it was the same thing. It's a pretty awesome picture. I'm very proud of it. I love it. I'll have to find it and see if I can.
I was going to say you could send it to Kat.
Yeah, you can send it to me.
Yeah,
You can
I'll send it to you and see.
message it to me, and then I can display it.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
But
because that sounds like, I'm sorry, that sounds like those stories of where like people are doing an investigation and like someone will, like, say like two people in the same room, someone will hear, a voice, and then the person right next to them doesn't hear, and not in terms of like being a medium, but like just two regular old people, and it'll seem like the spirit is messing with one of them and not affecting the other one, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and that's so true because, it's things are different for all of us because all of us. I'm old, so I don't hear or see that well. And somebody else younger would hear something that I wouldn't hear. It's kind of like that. That's the only best way I can explain it. But, because everybody is different. So, and we all perceive things differently. So, we might both hear the same sound, but you might hear something different than what I did. It might be the same sound, but you might think it said something, and I don't think it said anything. So, I think it just depends. Everything is just so different that, everybody is so different. There's so many aspects of, all those different things that can happen. Let me see if I can find this picture.
Well, while you're looking for that, I was going to kind of reflect back on what you were saying about your first experience. And I know for myself, the first, actually probably several times that I went on an investigation at the very beginning for me, I didn't have experiences. People around me did. I didn't, but I've realized that over the time of going that it's like you've opened yourself up more and you know how to be receptive.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What's around you, energy around you.
I agree. And I also think that, I also think that Mandy is the reason for my ability to read cards and do mediumship, because I think that the more you're around people like that, the more that what you have gets enhanced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so the same thing with every aspect,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised to have an experience on my first investigation. And actually, there was a couple experiences, but I never thought that it would happen the very first time that you went, because I guess I was just open-minded, if it happens, it happens. And
you might have been kind of predisposed because of your abilities. It might have you had a tuned in more than somebody that just walked off the street.
Yeah. Most people, I think that if I was to tell somebody what to expect on their first investigation, I would say not to have an expectation.
Right.
Because when you have these high expectations, you think that you heard something that you really didn't because you want it. So if you're open-minded about it, and just take things as they come, then, maybe you can not just understand it better, but you can perceive it in a better way. So.
That's what happens. For our team, we're all very different, and we all, when we go to a location that we haven't been before, there's a few of us that want to know the history, but not the paranormal. And there's some of us, or some that want to know both, or there's some that don't want to know anything, going in because they don't want to be thinking about anything specific because you might have a tendency to be looking for just that thing and miss other things.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let me see if this isn't a very good picture.
Now Sassy's yelling at the door.
No. Saying, Mama.
Open the door.
That's right.
Open the door. Let your shadow cat in. Let's see. I know there's a better picture than that. Somebody sent me a pic. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
But I was still thinking about how I got to the airport up there, and I went outside because Pam was gonna pick me up, or she picked me up from the airport, and I still remember looking down the driveway and seeing her, parked down there. I'm like, hey, I'm on the way.
Well, I felt bad because I was at the airport for how long wasn't you there for a long time? Or not? Or you was going to be, and I said, no, we're going to pick you up because you don't need to sit at the airport for 5 hours. Catherine, what's your last name?
Oh, it's Gonzalez Gurman.
Okay.
I know it's long.
Hyphenated.
Yeah, it's hyphenated, but I can find you. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, I can find you. Here I go. Do. Let's see. I found you.
Okay.
It's like the FBI.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
So I'm your profile all figured out and everything.
Yeah. No, I'm too crazy to be in that. Well,
Yeah, being
You'll fit right in.
And everything. So anyway, we were at an asylum in Ohio, and we had been there for a while. It was me, Mandy, her sister Chastity, and another person that used to be on their team that did would do research on places. And he was there. And he was the one taking pictures, and Mandy said, go out there and take some more pictures. So I was taking pictures, he was taking pictures. And did you send me a message?
I sent you a friend request.
Okay. Okay, there we are.
That's me. I know.
Okay,
it's
so
like side distractions.
let's see if I can. It'll let me.
Into your DMs.
Yeah. There we go.
She is like Abby on NCIS. Thank you. I love Abby.
Yeah, I do too.
All righty.
So when you look at this picture, when you pull it up,
Yeah.
Now the ceiling is falling in, there's water dripping, and it's freezing cold. And I think this is the 3rd floor. Wow. So if you zoom in just a little bit.
Oh, well. Here. I'll save it and I'll put it in here on my downloads, then I can open it.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people, when they look at this picture, they're looking at the floor, and there's buckets sitting there. Somebody thought that it looked like a child, but it's not. It's buckets on the floor.
Here we go.
And if you look at it, it kind of does look like there's a child there with a hat on. Excuse me. But it's buckets. I know what was sitting there. And if you zoom in, you can see the buckets. But I don't want you to zoom in too much.
All right.
Okay. So see the buckets on the left?
Yeah.
There's like 5-gallon buckets, and then on down, there's more buckets. Okay, now stop right there.
Okay.
So do you see anything out of the ordinary about this picture?
I mean, is that something towards the very back in that darkness?
No, that's buckets. That's what everybody thinks is a
Oh, okay.
child right there. Those are buckets. There's a bunch of buckets sitting there. Look to the right.
I was just going to say, is it to the right, but before the darkness?
Yes.
That's
Is
what I
it
thought.
this?
Yes. What do you
Like
think that is?
Like someone peeking?
Yeah.
You can zoom in even more now that you know where it is. But this looks like a man with a top hat.
For sure.
There's nothing in this doorway.
It's
Now-
half his face.
Oh, yeah. You can
See that face?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see the
And
eye.
down lower.
Down lower,
See,
right there.
Right there.
This.
This is the
Yeah.
face.
Oh, okay.
It's like half his face, like right at the nose.
Exactly. Yeah. But you can see that he's got, you know how they used to wear the white around
Yep.
the neck, the black coat.
Yep. The hat.
Right. And
Yep.
down on the floor where you think it's a child, now you can see that that's buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are buckets. So, but this,
It's like something leaking, probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
the roof, of course, you can tell by
Yeah.
the roof is falling in. So,
That's amazing.
but this is in every picture that I took. All 3 pictures that I took. This face is there.
It is
And-
in every single one.
In all 3, yes. And in the
Huh.
same position, I think one of them is a little different. But before this was taken, I had told Mandy we had already been up here and went downstairs, and now we're back up there. And I had been telling her there's this man that's following me, and I don't know what is his problem, but I don't know what he's saying. I couldn't understand it, but I knew he was behind me, and he was really close behind me. And I said, he's probably in his 40s, and I'm just giving her everything that I could get. And then I got this picture, and I didn't even know I had this picture until the next day. It might have been 2 days later. So Mandy went back with the owner of the building to see if there was anything hanging in this doorway, or if there was anything on the floor that may have fell. There was nothing there. Nothing.
Interesting.
And it almost looks like, at the top, it almost looks like a shadow, but I think that's a broken piece of ceiling
Yeah.
up here. So at first I thought that might have been a shadow, but it's not. It's a broken piece. But there was nothing there. She did a live after she posted the picture. And she did a live. She went back the same day to the same spot, and there's nothing there.
Interesting.
But it clearly looks like a man to me.
Yeah.
So,
And it almost looks like he's got a pipe in his mouth or something. I'm not sure if it's a
That's weird.
cigar. What do you guys
She'd
think?
have to zoom way in for me to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it looks like someone's peeking out, and I'm looking at it, and like my brain is like, this looks like a sunken in nose, and then eyes,
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what I thought.
and then like
And
a mouth, kind of skeletal, like a skull.
almost. Yeah.
Interesting.
But I had no idea that I even got that picture. had taken a bunch of pictures that night at the outside of and everything. And
It's like he's kneeling
so I
down.
was, yeah, it's almost like he's, like you can almost see his shoulder right there in the mist of the, right here. Yeah. And you can see through it
Ah,
because you can see the door casing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is like a pointed shoulder.
Well, no, it's the
No,
rounded
It's
part.
rounded.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right here. You just had it there. But yeah, right there.
Oh, okay.
Yep, right
Yeah.
there.
Right there. It's almost like a rounded shoulder there that you can see through it.
Yeah, this little sliver you can
Wow.
see through.
Let me
But yeah,
see.
it's like he's ducking down like,
Like almost
Yeah.
punched.
yeah,
Yeah.
something I
punched.
would do.
Yeah. Being sneaky.
Yeah. Take a quick
I-
peek.
And I'm going to send you a couple other pictures too, Catherine.
Yeah.
Like someone even lightened the picture.
Oh,
That's
that would even be
freaky.
better.
Totally
That's a
different.
long chin. That's like a Jay Leno chin.
Yeah. Yeah.
No offense, Jay
I
Leno.
wonder.
Yeah,
I wonder
right.
if it's a white beard, like a goatee.
Oh, maybe.
Well, I don't know because you can almost tell that he's dark mustached.
Oh,
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
like-
saying?
like if-
Like sideburns.
I guess I'd
Almost.
have to lighten up the picture to see some.
Like if you can see
Yeah.
like the eye sockets and like maybe like some
Yeah.
hair coming down over his
Yeah.
forehead.
That may be a hat,
I'm going to send you a couple more. I think it's a
like
top
Abraham
hat.
Lincoln hat.
Yeah, top hat. Yeah.
But
You know
I
what
can
this
see-
looks like? In Paris, at the Haunted Mansion, he looks like that phantom.
Oh.
That's what I'm picturing. That skeletal phantom from the Haunted Mansion.
Oh. Let me see.
but I
Huh.
can picture Catherine like doing that when she sees a cat like walk around the corner. I can picture
Uh-huh.
Catherine like, I saw him go this way.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna get him.
Yeah.
So the one that you have, I'm going to send you two more.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see, and they're in the same. They're there. Then I'm going to send you the one that someone lightened up. It does not look anything like what we're seeing.
All right.
I actually sent you more than what I said, but
No, that's fine.
so it's really crazy. Now, the first time I investigated at Joliet Prison, we went to death row, and the guide there told us to go upstairs and sing Amazing Grace. And it was me and Mandy's friend, just the three of us. We went upstairs to death row. We didn't know anything about anybody that was up there or anything. And
Oh man,
it was
I'm not sure.
emotional. It was emotional. I mean, I think we were all crying.
Well, that song in and of itself.
Yeah,
It's
but
very
to be
moving.
there and to know that they played music, so where they were being executed at was right next door. They would play music so the inmates would not hear the person being executed before them.
Oh,
So this is
Wow.
the picture lightened up.
yes.
And that to me almost looks like a goat head.
It does.
Yeah. But now it looks like instead of eye sockets, now it looks like actual eyes and then an eyebrow. And then like hair here. And maybe this is like his top hat. And then he just has a long
Long face.
chin. Yeah.
Long jaw.
Yeah.
And then his mouth is kind of like right there.
Because at first I thought like it was to the point where it was like its face was facing down the hallway, but now it looks like it's like at a slant.
Uh-huh.
Like it was just like about to like poke its head out, but it
Yeah.
like instead of turning on away, facing you, like it was almost like it was like coming out of the doorway barely, and then turn.
But you can also still see the light spot that I was talking about, his shoulder.
Yeah.
You can also still see that. So I don't know. To me, it's a man poking his head out, you know.
I kind of wonder if this is a part of him too.
I don't know.
That'd be like
Uh,
pointed, like very gaudy thing going on.
but I
That's
think
crazy.
that is part of the door latch.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just going to
okay.
Where it
say it was
shuts.
not part of
Okay.
the door jam.
Okay, because I was going to
Yeah,
say,
the door jam. It shuts there.
very
Yeah.
impassioned.
Mhm. Yes.
Oh, man, that's
Interesting.
crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It looks like a very, very cool place, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they're getting ready to tear it down. So she's been there
Oh,
multiple times before they tear it
Oh,
down, but
no.
they are going to tear it down, which is sad. But because I would love to go back there.
do they ever? And this is just because I don't. Well, obviously, I don't know the answer, but um, when you have a place like that, and you either know or you suspect that there's spirits still reside there, and
Well,
you
the other
know
part of
it's
that, yeah, the other part of that is it was not just an asylum. So years later, it had apartments in it, and then it had a healthcare facility in it. So these places become things over time, different things. So you end up with lots of different spirits and energy. The owner would not go in it.
well. What I was going to ask was, um, when when people know that a building is going to be demolished and torn down, um, is there any thought to go in and try and communicate to say this is what's going to be happening and you need to
And
move?
that's what we did. Yeah, we
Okay.
did that because the owner
Okay.
would not. He said, it's unlocked. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going in. I don't know if he had an experience, but he did go back with Mandy the next day, to do the video. So I don't know why he wouldn't go in. I don't know if she had to talk him into going the next day, but I would assume I think it would just depend on your belief. Like a lot of people own places that don't believe in ghosts, don't believe in spirit.
Yeah.
So they probably wouldn't give it a second thought. And I'm sure there's plenty of places out there that are haunted, but the owners is not their belief, so they don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
But until something happens to you, that's when you really start to think things, right?
Right.
Right.
I guess I would always just I think it's because I don't know. I sense feelings more, and I think I would feel like I'd want to go in to reassure them that they can go elsewhere and
Yeah.
move on rather than, you know,
Before we moved to
letting it happen or something.
yeah, before we moved to the house that we live in now, we lived in a very old house built in 1889, original wood, everything. So I have a hard time adjusting to the modern shit. So we lived in this house for 28 years.
Wow.
And we raised our kids there. Most of our grandkids were raised there. I always knew that there was something there. We had many instances in that house. And we also had many people come that, were friends of ours, that they would come there and things happened and they would never come back. But when we moved, I thought it probably wasn't a good idea for spirit to travel because they can change when that happens.
Right.
And so I just had a very long conversation about, I'm sorry that you can't come. My neighbors thought I was nuts until they seen it for themselves because they knew there was nobody in there. And when they seen the lights come on and seen people walking past the window and they knew no one was there, that's when they believed. So there was plenty of instances in that house. If it ever goes up for sale, I'm buying it, and we're all
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know if you do that.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I would love to. And you know, the person that bought it, she lives there by herself in a 4-bedroom, 2-story house. I don't know why.
Maybe nobody else will be there with her.
You know, I don't know. Nobody ever has.
Is she bothered by
she's
anything?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Maybe they're taking
I
care
would
of
love
her.
to know, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to know. I would love to ask her. But I haven't ever seen her since she bought it. So,
Do you know her well enough to?
no.
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 See,
I
that would intrigue me to like
But my old
reach
neighbor
out.
Yeah.
does know her that well. So I can ask my old neighbor to do that for me.
Oh,
you
sure.
know,
There you
Yeah.
go. There's always a way.
you know, right. But I mean, it's a fabulous place, and our kids experienced things as young kids, and they never told us till they got grown. So that was interesting. There was an instance where I was just telling someone else about this not too long ago, but it was a pretty big house. And so the kitchen's at one end, the living room's at another end, like most houses, you know. And we had friends over watching movies one night, and it was just the 4 of us in the living room, and the 2 boys were in the bedroom, and we heard this loud noise, and the very front of the oven door glass shattered into a billion pieces.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's tempered
Not the
glass.
inside, and not the inside of the oven door, the outside only. So when I called to get it replaced, I said, you know, the repairman was like, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know what happened. I'm just telling you my door shattered." And he was like, "Oh," you know, kind of standoffish. And I said, "So what would cause that?" And he said, "Well, only a drastic change in temperature, and it would have to be drastic because that glass is pretty thick."
Yeah.
And
wow, holy cow!
And I said, "So do you come out and install it?" "Oh, no. We'll send it to you."
Yep.
No.
But yeah. So yeah, I've always, you know, I've always been connected with spirit. I've never really paid attention to it till just a few years ago. We had a daughter who passed away 11 years ago. And when she passed away, that's when my husband started to experience things because he doesn't believe in, you know, all those things. But since he's had experiences now, he's changed his mind. But he's still a skeptic. It's like only his daughter can be that, nobody else, you know.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah.
So
baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So hopefully he's going to go with us in September to Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
Indiana. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Hopefully.
I was talking to somebody about this earlier about how, because I've always had a theory about like how some stuff gets knocked off a table or like a door slams by itself. Like, I wonder like if half of that is just like a ghost actually like knocking something off the table or like slamming the door. But sometimes I wonder like if how a spirit manifests itself into our plane of existence. I wonder like if the energy that it takes to get here, like manifests to where like it causes a cup to get knocked over. It causes the door to get slammed. It's not so much like it reaching for the door, like, y'all get out of here and slamming the door. I wonder if it's just like the energy of it
Like it just
manifesting.
bumps into stuff when it.
Well,
Right.
I will tell you
manifests.
that we've
Right.
experienced a door slamming there very hard enough to where our guest left and never came back.
No.
Yes. We were eating at the dining room table, and behind him was our bedroom door. And it slammed so hard that the walls shook, and he left and never came back. And that is my son's father-in-law.
Wow.
So he never came back to that house.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did a lot of remodel there, of course. And my husband's tools would always be disappearing. I had gotten pregnant at the age of 30. And so it was 12 years after we had our girls. And so we had an attic that was completely open. So he went up there and made bedrooms, a living room, a walk-in closet, a bathroom, da-da-da. The whole time he was working up there, his tools would keep disappearing. And he swore that I was moving them. I'm not going up there. And so when we remodeled the downstairs, we found them inside the wall.
Oh, wow.
And not just regular tools.
They were hiding them in the wall.
Yes. And
Wow.
So they could get out later, or
I don't know. It was just, I think that spirit picks who they want to communicate with and what they want to do.
Yeah.
And I also think, and I think this is true because this happened to my son-in-law. There are people that they don't like. I think that's why that door slammed. My son-in-law had a remote follow him down the stairs and out the door. And I'm talking a 90-degree turn and another 90-degree turn. No remote's going to do that in the air.
No.
Right.
He was terrified. He's still terrified. And we don't live there anymore. But I think that there was something about him that they did not like.
Well, it's just like, people. Not everyone's
Exactly.
going to like you.
Right. Not everybody likes me either, but I'm glad you guys do.
Yeah. Yeah, not everybody likes me either. They may find me annoying,
Yeah. But I think that's a very good I think that's a very good way to look at things though, Adam. But I think that spirit can
on purpose, yeah.
Yes, do things on purpose. But to me, it's a message. I mean, to me, everything is a message.
Yeah.
I mean, we may not know what it is. It may take us years to figure it out, where we may never figure out what that message is. But it's their way of trying to get our attention or validate something, like if you're, when I'm talking to people who are grieving, I always tell them to speak out loud because they want to be recognized as they're still here, not like they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And, when something happens, when you do that, or the more you do that, the more you will recognize what's going on around you. And it's them validating that they are there. And I mean, I'm still looking for this picture, but our daughter died in October, and in December, I had taken a picture of our Christmas tree in the sunroom, and it's all glass with a back door. And she's standing at the back door.
Oh.
Really?
And the night before, all the kids come over to help cook. And that's how the girls learn to cook. And the night before, my husband heard someone knocking at the back door, but he went there and there was no one there. And then I got that picture of her standing at the back door.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm still looking for it. It was so long ago. I don't know where I stored it, on my external hard drive, somewhere. But, it's just little things like that you don't even know that's there. My baby sister passed away 2 years ago, and we did a celebration of life a year after at her house. And, we did the big balloon things that go up in the air. My nephew was taking a video of me and my husband putting our balloon up, and there's a fairy that keeps coming to my face and kissing me.
Oh my God.
And, most people wouldn't think of that. I never even knew it was there until I rewatched it. And I was like, what the hell is that? I didn't even know that he took a video.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just little things when, it can be even years after somebody passes away. I mean, I know spirit can open and shut a door, because we would always see a spirit open and shut our bedroom door. It wouldn't slam it, just peeked in and then shut it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's my belief.
Yeah.
But, until somebody else experiences it, they may not believe all that.
Yeah.
And everybody may experience something completely different. So we don't all have the same experience. But, don't leave anything out, because like you're thinking, Adam, can a spirit really do that? Well, if they can set off a cat ball or a REM pod, or why wouldn't they be able to? I mean, if you believe that a spirit is setting something off, then why would you limit their abilities to what they can do? Because if they get enough energy and work at it long enough, they will learn how things work for them. That's my opinion. But I think
that's pretty good, because I know that when we go out on investigations, especially places that we're not that familiar with, we kind of put out everything that we can think of. And then you just start paring it down from there, like what ends up being the easiest for them to manipulate. And then, so you might narrow down your equipment to just a handful of things or something.
Yeah. And a lot of times I think, I love the SLS camera, but I also think that just being basic with a recorder or an infrared camera and yourself, that's all you need. I mean, and and again, you're not always going to get something.
Right.
You're not always going to get a response. And I think that a lot of people out there think, oh, I'm just going to do this. And, well, it just doesn't work like that.
Yeah. It's like fishing.
Yeah. There you go. It is like fishing.
Break out all your bait, all your tackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes
we'll
sit there and we'll look at each other and think, we could have saved hundreds of dollars if we only had to bring a flashlight.
Yeah. But I think that if you try something different, if you go back to the same place a repeated amount of times, try something different. Bring toys, bring candy, or something if it's Halloween, or I think like looking at it differently.
Yeah. And it's like they're getting to know you too. So if you come back, they're going to recognize that you were there the last time, and
Yeah.
how you were the last time,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. And maybe they'll start warming up to you,
Right. And
So,
if for some reason that they don't like you, you'll know it. I
yeah.
think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean, you'll know.
do.
I mean, you'll get a feeling like I don't think I should be here right now.
Yeah.
Intuition is the number one thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
You're not
sure.
always going to be everybody's cup of tea.
That's right.
I wish, we could make friends and everybody like everybody,
I know.
we all get along and
What is
stuff.
wrong
Yeah,
with
we
all
all just
that?
get along.
But
Exactly.
we just get on people's nerves sometimes, and
Yeah.
that kind of
I
thing.
and that reminds me, and when I started this online stuff and watching everybody and started a podcast, I started reading cards. Lord, I never thought there was so much drama in this situation. Never even crossed my mind.
Unfortunately,
Lord,
Same.
it's
Yep.
ridiculous.
Unfortunately,
It's worse than going to high school.
Yeah.
I know. Seriously,
It is.
it's like
It is.
that. It's like, how are you, like 12 or something?
Exactly. Yeah.
What
It's
happened to
unfortunate.
para-unity? Everybody just,
Oh, the people that talk about the para-unity the most are the ones that don't, but
oh no.
I
Don't
shouldn't
say
have said
that.
that. Yeah.
Oh.
It's sad.
Good save.
Yeah.
Sad
it is
because we're
sad.
all doing the same thing and everybody you're all after the same answer, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, we all want answers.
Right. And
Answers
that's the
that go
reason
straight.
why you're doing it, because you want answers.
It's
And
not like
you-
there's a shortage of spirit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Never a shortage.
I don't get
If
it.
you have
I
a
mean-
shortage, call me. I'll send you some.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can all learn from each other and take notes and just
Yeah.
figure it out. I mean, we could all
Yeah.
come together and figure out what's going on there. There may be a story, one
Yep.
person has one section, the other person has another kind of thing. It is not like I'm better than you, or
Right.
this is how it's supposed to be done, and
Mhm.
no other
Yep.
way is, everyone else's way is the wrong way. Yeah.
And
No,
I'm
everybody's
sure you
different.
guys have heard about the Skinwalker Ranch, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm really into watching that because
Yeah, me too.
I am so into how they advance and the
Mhm.
different people that they bring in that do different things.
Yeah.
That's real collaboration.
But see, that's it, is that you are in a constant state of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no mastery of
No.
anything. It's
That's
just,
why we're all here on Earth.
Exactly.
That's right.
We don't know everything.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Right.
even if you have abilities,
Exactly.
you don't know everything.
No.
You don't know the
Mhm.
lottery numbers. Like
How nice that would be.
I know. Then what's the point of being here? You're not going to
If
learn
I knew the
everything.
lottery numbers, I would have
Yeah.
so many friends.
Yeah, you are
But
here.
do I really need those friends? No.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you are here for a reason to learn. That's
Yeah.
why you signed up to be here
Yeah.
Right.
on Earth, and that's why you're in this, body and all that stuff. And so,
Yeah.
if you knew everything, if you were a know-it-all, then you'd be dead already.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be here. You'd be going on doing something else.
Because they already
Next
know what's
lesson.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing is I think that spirit already has all those answers.
That's what I
Yeah.
meant. They already know
And
what's going on.
we're just trying to get those answers from them.
Yeah.
So
Hence all the questions that they get asked.
exactly.
They're probably like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not time for us to know those certain answers.
Exactly.
Right.
Those kind of things. So it's going to take time, but it's always fun. To me,
Yeah.
I look at it as we're all just having fun. It's
Yeah.
it's cool to have a little bit of mystery still and not know everything.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I like to go and try and figure it out like an investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe use scientific equipment to try and figure out some of this stuff as well.
Right.
And it's fun. I like not knowing everything, and then having that mystery and having, someone pop in and be like, hey, giving me a message or something,
Yeah.
Dropping hints and
Yeah, dropping
taking
hints.
you down different paths.
Yeah, I like being pulled down different paths. Come on,
Right.
pull me.
So Adam, what's your thought? You haven't said a whole lot.
You should laugh at us.
I'm no. I'm enjoying the show. I'm glad to be part of it. But
Yeah.
it's. I mean, there's just so much to go that's been bouncing around. But at the same time, like I was reading the other day about like this stuff, about the afterlife and all that stuff. How different stories of loved ones that has come back to give a sign of their presence or a message. And then how one that stuck out to me was that the woman, the wife, her husband passed away, and that he came back to tell her about the afterlife and heaven, and that how he told her there's no human vocabulary, human words to describe how beautiful heaven is. Like, you have to wait till you get there to really experience how beautiful it is. Like, beautiful cannot even describe like how beautiful it is. It's just you have to wait to see till you get there. That's always stuck out to me. And then a few others just like that, and how like what Carla was saying. Like how they know stuff we don't know because we're confined to just this fleshy thing called the brain, and it only works to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But them, they can float around, go to this, go to that, go to our dimension, their dimension, just so many things that they're not limited to with just having a. So
right. And so, I talk to a lot of people that have, lost someone and
Oh yeah.
what'd he say?
He said I would like to have some of Tesla's equipment for investigations.
Exactly. So what was I going to say?
I'm sorry.
So a lot of people, when they lose someone, they want an answer right away, and that's not available all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have to give bad news, it's bad news.
Yeah.
And I hate it. But I feel like, some people say you shouldn't try to contact them for 6 months, or I don't believe that at all. If they want to communicate, they will. I think that they choose who they want to communicate with. And if you're trying to communicate and you're not getting anything, it's just maybe they want you to do something different.
Exactly.
So if you're going to the same place, like you investigate somewhere once a month, that's the same place. Try something different. Like, so tell me how your day was. What did you do today? What is your favorite part of today? Or people don't ask normal questions usually, And so I think that if you change it up a little bit, and it helps them become more comfortable because you're being personable with them.
Yeah.
And, before it was like, okay, so how old are you and when did you die? And, those are all great. But after you do that so much, you think they're not tired of it? I'm sure they are. Yeah. That's how I see it. So, I say, try something different. And, when people have a loved one that passed away and they want to know something right away, patience is a virtue. Mm-hmm. If it's meant for you to know, you will know. And if it's meant for them to communicate with you, they will. I mean, this is all up to them. But if you're not making it comfortable enough for them to do that, you have to be willing to accept it, that, it just isn't time. Just isn't time. Hi, Lori. And so, a lot of times people say, well, you know, I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. And I wonder if they will tell me. Well, they're not always going to come forward and tell you everything you want to know.
Right.
But people are just so anxious about, I need it now and I need an answer. We all need answers, but if we're patient enough, it'll come to us, I think.
You got to put in your time.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, gosh, this has been a wonderful show.
Yeah.
I've been one running my mouth here, and you guys.
No, well,
Oh no, it's your
Yes.
show.
That's why you're here. Yeah,
That's what it's
that's
all
why you're
about.
alive.
Yeah.
But this has been great. I'm glad to be able to talk to y'all.
Yeah. This was
And like I
fun.
said, we hope you can.
Yeah.
We hope you can come down to Texas at some point and join
I
us down
hope
here.
so too. Yes, I would love to.
It'd be so much fun.
Yeah, it would. I would love to do something like that. And, you know, for somebody like Adam who travels everywhere, I mean, that's got to be the best thing there is to do, is to travel and go different places, meet different people.
Yeah.
You know, it's great that people are able to do that. I'm not able to, but I'm glad that there are other people that are. You know, always wish them well and, you know, safe travels so you can get to the next, on to the next, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Enjoy and have fun, you know, and don't take it for granted, you know, take every moment and appreciate every chance that you get to do stuff like that.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
I will say two things about traveling a lot,
Uh-huh.
and then having the right pillow in the hotel room, and figuring out the knob for the shower, because some of those knobs are like,
oh yeah,
you know, it's like, put it this way, don't put it that way. Do I?
Oh yeah.
You know, so those are the two things.
One of mine, I would have said, is there a fan? Because a lot of them don't have fans.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Make my own
that's
fan.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
gosh.
And the ways toilets flush too. In
Exactly.
California,
Oh, for sure.
they flush differently. They use less water. I went to
You get 3 gallons.
I know. I went to Coronado Island or whatever, and we stayed in a hotel over there, and I was just fascinated with the toilet.
I'm glad you're easily entertained.
I was like, is there enough water flushing?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, they use less water in California. I'm from Texas.
My gosh.
Right.
That's too funny. Oh my gosh.
So funny.
I know.
I never even paid attention. I have a brother in California. I'll have to pay attention next time.
Yeah, I'd be like, does your toilet flush differently? You use less gallons.
Yeah.
It's a high efficiency toilet.
Oh goodness.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Oh well, this was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you again,
fun.
Pam, so much for
Yeah,
joining
You're
us.
welcome.
joining
Thank
us.
you so much for having me.
It's been
You're
very
And I look
entertaining.
We're
And I
looking
look forward
forward
to working
to
with
it.
you again in September.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Oh.
like I said, even if I have to tie up Maddie and drug her,
Strap
bring
in
her on
the
the
hood of
plane,
the car.
she's coming. Yeah, she's coming with me. So
That's like
Right on.
National
Yeah,
Lampoons.
she better.
Yeah.
National Lampoons when they tied Grandma to the
Oh,
hood
yeah.
to the
Roof
to
of
the
the
roof
car.
of the car.
That was
Yeah.
that's a great movie.
Yep. Well,
So, do you girls travel a lot
oh
to investigate?
yeah.
We travel more within Texas, but then Texas is huge, so it's kind of like it's still like traveling everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it takes you
I heard the
hours
whole
to get
state of
anywhere.
Texas is
Yeah.
haunted.
Our
Yeah, pretty
upcoming, the one that's going to happen here in a couple weeks is in Louisiana. It's the Myrtles Plantation in
Oh,
Louisiana.
wow.
We're going to stay there a
Oh,
couple
I would
days,
love to
and
go there.
we're pretty excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
bet.
beautiful. It's
Wow.
just beautiful.
So how many is on your team?
It's about 9 of us.
Really? That's a good sized team.
Yeah. Not everybody can go every single time. So there's
Right.
usually a good 5, 6, 7 maybe that will go on regular, and then we mix it up. Like our team's been to Myrtle's plantation once before, but now we have the people that couldn't make it last time getting to go this time, and
Yay.
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I will say really quick, 'cause I am the only male on the team, and I was telling my sister, because I went out with my sister and my mom earlier and we were shopping. I do have a ton of more patience shopping with my mom and my sister compared to when we go to a town and day to day we go shopping, looking at different stuff. And I've learned to be patient with my team and go shopping. I have a lot more patience
Yeah.
now.
By the time we get done with Adam, he'll make someone a wonderful husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're training him to perfection.
Anybody single out there?
That's right.
No, not right now. Not right now.
Down.
Check out Adam. Be me and you, Adam, in September.
There you go.
Woo!
Yeah.
All the single ladies.
Yeah.
Oh my
Goodness. He's going to have to go hang out with Sean. Sean's single too.
Yeah.
Adam's thinking no.
That sounds like a whole weekend of trouble.
Well, it's probably trouble that Adam probably doesn't
Want to get into.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm putting you out there, Sean.
Fun, new experiences.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be great, and I wish we had more spots because we would love to invite y'all.
Oh gosh. Next
But we
time
don't.
there'll be another
Next time,
time.
Yeah.
There'll be another
Yeah.
event.
Bring Jamie Lynn.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh
Right
man.
He
on.
won't be single long with Jamie Lynn around.
Oh man. Oh man. I guess what so y'all are gonna be in Indiana? What stays in Indiana?
Yeah.
What happens in Indiana
Yeah.
stays.
Uh-oh. When Adam comes back, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, right.
We're gonna have our own little private podcast.
But there's a problem with that is because Jamie Lynn is going to be busy that weekend.
I
And
bet she is. No.
She has an event too.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
Yeah, she has an event that weekend, so that's a shame.
And
He's
bring
bringing
an earplug.
earplugs.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I'm kind of slow. I just now got that.
Lord. Oh.
It's that time of the night when the whole conversation starts to take
Takes
Woo,
her.
we're going straight into the gutter with it.
Oh.
Now we have to change the rating on her.
Yeah, there you go. And Adam's face is changing colors.
We
That's
are,
right.
we are rated triple X.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my. Well,
this
this was so much fun, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yay.
We'll have you back on. We should have you
Okay.
back on after your guys' adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can tell
that's
us all about all the fun stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to have everybody on that goes, and
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
that would
Yeah.
be fun.
Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah, it might be trouble.
we like trouble. At least I
It's always trouble.
I heard that was your middle name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But thank you for joining
Yeah.
us.
Thank you so much.
And thanks everyone for
you,
watching
Pam.
and joining our show. And if you're watching, don't forget to share out our videos. Everybody can watch our little rerun.
And
and
tell us what you
enjoy.
see. If you're
Oh
catching us
yeah,
on the back end of it, tell us what you
Yeah.
see in some of the pictures we've shown.
it's
Yeah.
Batman.
It's Batman. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he goes, changing the subject.
Oh, look at
And
Oh,
earlier
man.
I brought up a picture of the Paris Haunted Mansion Phantom because that's what it reminded
Oh, yeah.
me of in that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that picture that you brought up. Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
just
see how that
it
does.
it's kind of neat. It's just the first
Yeah.
thing that popped in my head. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's the Phantom.
Right on. All right.
Right.
Well, we'll have you back on the
Okay.
flip side of your trip and
Yes, definitely.
get
All
to learn
righty.
all about your adventures.
All
Well, good
righty.
night,
Thank you so much,
everyone.
Good
sir.
Thank
night.
you.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Bye.